Super Trooper was the last song to be recorded for the sessions of the new 1980 ABBA album, to which the song would give its name. To add more, it was the first recording sessions for Per Lindvall, a new drum player who would interchange turns with Ulla Brunkert. Per would play on this song and on others from the next year's album, The Visitors. Per Lindvall says, "In 1979 I started playing with Jan Schaffer's band Horselmat, and I guess it was Jan who recommended me for this session. From a musical point of view, it was one of the greatest moments of my life, and I remember it very well. We played for hours on end, and for a drummer, a song like Super Trooper means playing an insistent beat all through the session. I remember that my arms were really tired after a whole day of doing that." Per was 21 years old by that moment. Being Put on Your White Sombrero discarded, Benny and Bjorn felt that one more song was needed in the LP. Something that was a cut above the rest, as Bjorn explains. So, they booked Per's studio for the first 3 days of October 1980 and recorded what would end up being one of the most powerful melodies from the album. The original idea about the new LP was to do a huge promotion with greater percussion on the media. Designer Rune Soderquist had the idea of the new album being named Piccadilly Circus, given the fact that it was planned to do a photo session for the cover in that circus in London, with elephants, lions and clowns included. Nevertheless, they struck some law that was against the performance of artists and animals with the purpose of entertainment in London. The idea was not thrown away, but had to be put in practice indoors in the Europa Film Studio in Stockholm, with 2 circus hired, which happened to be rivals, and many friends invited. It was a really great evening, remembers Bjorn, and we were very happy and grateful that everybody turned up like they did. On that evening, as well, a title for the new album appeared. Seeing the spotlight coming up and down on us, it looked very much like one of the spotlights that we used on tour. They're very, very big ones, says Bjorn. They're called Super Troopers, and that's where it came from. The new melody that Benny and Bjorn had composed would also receive that name. We hadn't planned to call the new song Super Trooper as well, says Bjorn, but strangely enough, those words just happened to fit. Once we had that title, it was difficult to come up with lyrics that made sense, though imagine trying to write about a damn spotlight. Years later, Björn's memories about the birth of the lyrics about an artist who is on tour and who misses his faraway loved one are more tender. When I wrote the lyrics, I realized this actually works. It's great. It's great. Then I had the idea for the theme. The previous year I had just met my current wife, Lina, and she flew out to visit me when we were on tour. And then, of course, thanks to the title, we could have that Super Trooper thing. Super Trooper is the perfect example of the ABBA song model that messages our senses with joy. This is, together with Take a Chance on Me, the only ABBA song which starts with the lyrics sung in a true a cappella style. In fact, we can listen clearly the way in which the girls breathe in the pauses of their singing. This choir is arranged with 5 vocal overdubs. The main melody line by Frida, Super Trooper. The same melody line, 1 octave lower. An alternative melody line, Super Trooper. The main melody line by Agneta, but 1 octave higher. And an alternative melody line by Agneta. Next, guitar and keyboards play an intro melody in a duet. Pursuing the guitar, Benny plays his Yamaha GX1 imitating a glockenspiel, which is more audible right before Frida starts singing the lyrics. In the verses, her voice sounds as if she were asking for a comfort hug, while she sings a story which seems to be based on true facts. Facing 20,000 of your friends, how can anyone be so lonely? Agneta stands out with her falsetto by repeating some of Frida's lines. For example, while Frida sadly sighs, Wishing every show was the last show. Agneta almost cries those same words in higher notes, as if expressing the true desperation that Frida doesn't dare to. Maybe because, as Frida soon tells us, everything will be so different when I'm on the stage tonight. And in that tonight, in that marvelous suspense, where the guitars strum a joyful preliminary chord, is the enforcement for the glee that the chorus brings. There, it explodes a carnival of melody and hope, bathed with a multi-layered girls' chorus. And the boys' chorus also, as they add the famous hook, su-pa-pa, tru-pa-pa. Benny's work is small, but very precise. His imitation of a brass orchestra in the chorus makes us remember the circus traveling bands that distribute flyers promoting the show. The riff that he plays has short and brief notes, of a great depth and body, as they descend to the end in the lowest note. In the second half of the chorus, the nice glockenspiel imitation reappears. Look again the constant triumph of simplicity. If we analyze the notes in the bridge before the last chorus, we have a group of notes, C, C, B, C, which will be repeated 3 times. So I'll be there when you arrive, the sight of you, and then will prove to me I'm still alive. B, C, D, E, neighbor notes, one by one. Vincent van Gogh wrote in one of his last letters how hard it is to be simple. The most hard task always is to create a beautiful, attractive, and above all, original work out of so few elements. This will be the last ABBA hit full of cheerfulness, innocence, and joy. In the following months, the shock that John Lennon's assassination meant for Benny and his marriage breakup would mean a significant weight on the musical, and lyrical of course, direction of the band.